TVAsia ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ నమస్కారం అండి. గ్రీటింగ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ Sankara Nethralaya, USA. నా పేరు రమేష్ చాపరాల. ఈరోజు మనము ఒక ముఖ్య వ్యక్తి గురించి తెలుసుకోబోతున్నాము. ఆవిడ ఒక పెద్ద పరోపకారి, కమ్యూనిటీ లీడర్, సోషల్ వర్కర్, ఎన్నో నాన్ ప్రాఫిట్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్ లో పనిచేశారు. వాలంటరీ సర్వీస్ కి ఆవిడ చేసిన వాలంటరీ సర్వీస్ కి ఎన్నో అవార్డులు, ఆనర్స్ లభించాయి. ఆవిడ ప్రస్తుతము శంకర నేత్రాలయ అడాప్ట్ విలేజ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో కూడా స్పాన్సర్ చేశారు. ఎంతో మంది బ్లైండ్ పేషెంట్స్ ని విలేజెస్ లో హెల్ప్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఇంతకు ముందే ఆవిడ శంకర నేత్రాలయ USA ప్రెసిడెంట్ గా కూడా పనిచేశారు, బోర్డ్ ఆఫ్ ట్రస్టీగా కూడా పనిచేశారు. ఆవిడని ఇంట్రొడ్యూస్ చేసే ముందు మీకు ఆవిడ గురించి చెప్పాలని అనిపించింది. షీఈస్ నన్ అదర్ దాన్ లీలా కృష్ణమూర్తి గారు. నమస్తే అమ్మా.
నమస్తే టు ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ.
అమ్మా, మీ గురించి మా ప్రేక్షకులకి కొంచెం తెలుసుకుందామని అనుకుంటున్నాము. మీ యొక్క జర్నీ, మీ యొక్క అనుభవాలు, మీ యొక్క ఎక్స్పీరియన్సెస్, మీరు ఎలా, మీ ఫ్యామిలీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్, మీరు ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చారు, హౌ డిడ్ యూ గెట్ ఇన్స్పైర్డ్ టు కమ్ టు ది USA, మీ యొక్క ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కొంచెం దాని గురించి చెప్పగలరా?
First of all, I want to say it's a great privilege and an honor for me to represent Sankara Nethralaya today. I feel so blessed to be a part of such an esteemed organization like Sankara Nethralaya. I want to let you know that what brought me to the United States is education. I wanted to further my education and sent applications to the Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia, because my husband was already there. And I was accepted with a full scholarship. So that made it possible for me to come to the United States. Education was the main reason.
మీరు ఎక్కడి నుంచి అమ్మా ఇండియాలో? వేర్ ఆర్ యూ ఫ్రమ్ ఇన్ ఇండియా?
I grew up in a place called Wellington, which is part of Nilgiris, and we lived in a kind of English cottage with a lot of acres around. A very beautiful place. We had some animals, dogs, cats, buffaloes, cows, and sometimes some porcupine, foxes, and even wolf. But it was a lot of snakes. Anyway, I studied in a convent called St. Joseph's Convent and graduated from that.
Fantastic. So, நீங்க தமிழ் கூட பேசுவீங்களா?
தமிழ் பேசுவேன். கொஞ்சம் ரொம்ப தமிழ், செந்தமிழ்லாம் வராது. பிகாஸ் நான் இந்த கான்வென்ட்ல படித்தேன். எனக்கு செகண்ட் லாங்குவேஜ் வந்து ஃப்ரெஞ்ச். ஸோ தமிழ் வந்து அவ்வளோ கற்றுக்கிறதுக்கு there was not a chance. ஆனா பேசுவேன் ரெகுலர்.
ரொம்ப நன்றி.
தமிழ்.
நீங்க இப்போ நீங்க எவ்வளவோ நான் ப்ராஃபிட் organizations, you worked in so many different non-profit organizations across in the United States, in India. What type of roles that you played in those organizations, Amma?
I'll tell you that one of the major reasons why I'm into so much of this non-profit work is because of my mother. My mother was a major influence in my life. I remember, this is a small short story. When I was young, I watched my mother. There was a gentleman who came to the house with his son who was blind. And he was very proud that his son had been admitted in the blind school in Coimbatore. The first thing she asked, do you have all the things required for him to go to Coimbatore? And he answered no. So in 1 week, she collected everything that he needed. There were custom-made shirts, pants, every pillow, blanket, everything he needed, right from the toothbrush to a comb. Everything was included. And I watched her, and she has been my inspiration all along.
సో విన్నారు కదండి, వారి అమ్మగారి వల్ల వారి అమ్మగారే వారికి ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ అని చెప్పారు. శ్రీలాల్జీ వాళ్ళ మదర్ తన బాల్యంలోనే బాగా ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ చేసి తను ఆ బ్లైండ్ ని పోగొట్టాలని ఎంతో ప్రయత్నం చేస్తున్నారు. సో వారి గురించి ఇంకా కొన్ని విషయాలు తెలుసుకుందాము. మ్యామ్, as you played bigger contributions to Sankara Nethralaya USA as an organization, and you were an immediate past president and also a board of trustee. So what contributions have you made to the organization? Can you tell a little bit more about Sankara Nethralaya USA for the viewers?
Yes, Sankara Nethralaya was established in 1978 by Padma Bhushan Sri Dr. S.S. Badrinath. He was actually in practice in the USA, but he met Sri Jagat Guru Saraswati Swamigal of Kanchi Madam, who persuaded him or suggested to him that he should come back to India and practice. So, along with his wife, Dr. Vasanti Badrinath, they made a decision to come back to Chennai.
Okay.
And in Chennai, he was helped by several people, including Mr. V.D. Swami and Mr. Vaidya Subramania Iyer, who were there to help him. And that's how Sankara Nethralaya was launched.
So, మీరు ప్రెసిడెంట్ గా పనిచేశారు. యూ వర్క్ యాజ్ ఎ ప్రెసిడెంట్ అండ్ మీరు బోర్డ్ ఆఫ్ ట్రస్టీగా కూడా ఉన్నారు. మీరు ఎలాంటి ప్రాజెక్ట్స్, ఎలాంటి ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లో ఎలాగా ఏమేమి చేశారు మేడం? కొన్ని సంగతులు చెప్పగలరా? Some things about your during your term as a president, during your term as a board of trustee, things that you have accomplished or done for Sankara Nethralaya.
One of the major things we accomplished during my term was to file the papers to get Sankara Nethralaya included in Charity Navigator. Charity Navigator actually rates all the non-profit organizations, and this was all the major paperwork was done by Mr. S.V. Acharya, who initiated and did all the paperwork. And we are very fortunate and we are very proud that we have a 4-star rating, which is the highest rating for a non-profit organization.
Excellent, ma'am. Thank you. What is your experience with MESU or Adopt a Village program? You always support the Adopt a Village program. And can you tell us a little bit more about the viewers about what is MESU, what is Adopt a Village program, how Sankara Nethralaya USA is helping to completely eradicate the blind people in India, and how are we doing?
I have to say that I'm extremely proud of MESU, the Mobile Eye Surgical Unit, because this is one of a kind to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this was done in collaboration with IIT Madras, now Chennai. So sometimes they prefer to be called Madras.
Yes.
Anyway, and it was designed with a collaboration between IIT Chennai, Madras, and the staff of Sankara Nethralaya. So they put together these two buses. One bus has all the equipment to examine patients. Then from there, they go on to the next bus, which is completely actually an operation theater on wheels. It's completely sterile and equipped with all the things necessary to perform cataract surgery and other minor surgeries. So the patients go from the one bus to the other bus to get the surgery done. It's an amazing concept. And the fact that it reaches really remote areas where there are no facilities whatsoever, this service is available to them. And I have to thank Mr. Arul Kumar, who heads this MESU, and his entire team, that they are out there performing this extremely crucial service in places where there are no hospitals and no recourse at all for them.
సో విన్నారు కదండి, మేసు అంటే మొబైల్ ఐ సర్జికల్ యూనిట్. యాజ్ మేడం వాజ్ సేయింగ్, 2 బస్సులు ఉన్నాయి. ఒక బస్సులో అన్ని ఎక్విప్మెంట్స్ పెట్టుకుని పేషెంట్స్ ని స్క్రీన్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఇంకో బస్సులో సర్జరీ చేస్తున్నారు. ఈ 2 బస్సులు ప్రజలకి అందేలాగా వాళ్ళ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి, వాళ్ళకి ఎక్కడ హాస్పిటల్ సౌకర్యం లేదో వాళ్ళకి ఈ 2 బస్సుల ద్వారా ఈ ఐ సర్జరీ చేయబడుతుంది, ఐ స్క్రీనింగ్ చేయబడుతుంది. ఇది శంకర నేత్రాలయ ఒక పెద్ద ప్రోగ్రామ్ గా తీసుకొని చాలా విలేజెస్ కి, రిమోట్ ప్లేసెస్ కి వెళ్ళి ఈ మేసు ద్వారా, మొబైల్ ఐ సర్జికల్ యూనిట్ ద్వారా చాలా మందికి హెల్ప్ చేస్తున్నారు. Madam, how about Adopt a Village program? Can you explain a little bit more to the viewers about what does that mean?
It's very similar to MESU. It's in fact almost similar to MESU. And we do send the buses out. The buses stay in a village, I think around approximately 12 days, so that they're able to make sure there are no post-surgery complications. Then they have to pre-check, re-examine the patients, make sure everything is perfect, because we have a record of absolutely perfect surgeries being done by our esteemed staff.
Excellent. విన్నారు కదండి, అడాప్ట్ విలేజ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అంటే ఒక విలేజ్ ని అడాప్ట్ చేసుకుని ఈ బస్సుల ద్వారా బస్సులు అక్కడికి వెళ్తున్నాయి. ఆ విలేజ్ లో ఆ యొక్క గ్రామంలో 12 రోజుల పాటు అక్కడ ఆ బస్సులు ఉండి వాళ్ళకి సర్జరీ చేసిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళని మళ్ళా పరీక్షించి అంతా బాగా కుదిరిన తర్వాతే ఆ బస్సులు అక్కడ ఆ విలేజ్ నుంచి బయలుదేరుతాయి. సో అది అడాప్ట్ విలేజ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్. శ్రీ లీలా కృష్ణమూర్తి గారు ప్రస్తుతం అడాప్ట్ విలేజ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో కూడా స్పాన్సర్ చేస్తున్నారు. వారికి ధన్యవాదాలు. సో మ్యామ్, మీరు ఎన్నో అచీవ్మెంట్స్ చేశారు, మీకు ఎన్నో అచీవ్మెంట్స్ వచ్చినాయి. You have done so many achievements, you have gotten so many honors, so many awards with various non-profit organizations in the past. And can you tell about your experiences and in serving so many non-profit organizations in USA and outside of USA? What are your experiences? So that can you share some of your thoughts and experiences, and also the honors that you received and the awards that you received for our viewers?
I'm truly humbled, but let me go. While I was a student at Atlanta University, I had the opportunity to work at the Martin Luther King Center with Coretta Scott King. That was a very unique privilege, and I'm grateful that I got a chance to do that. And from Atlanta University, I was recruited by the Los Angeles County to work. I graduated with a degree in library science. So the county library system, Los Angeles, recruited me. And so my husband and I came to LA. And then that's where I actually had time to do some things beside, because as a student, it was a busy day. So in LA, I started actually the South India Cultural Association, which is a music group, because I found that only North Indian music was being promoted by the music circle. And I said, where is our music? What about our culture? So I started the South India Cultural Association, and our first artist was Chitti Babu, a very famous veena player.
Yeah.
We had the privilege of hosting him, and his program was very successful, and we raised a lot of money and established an organization with the money. Another thing which happened was Srimati Vaijayanti Mala was our house guest. So for several days. And so I thought of this idea. I said, why not make use of her stay with us? So I organized a fundraising dinner at our house to raise the seed money for the Balaji Temple in Malibu, California. So the seed money, it was a very successful program. I made it a potluck, so everybody brought their most favorite, their best dishes to the dinner. And she was very happy that she participated in collecting, raising the, initial money for now the big, huge Balaji Malibu Temple.
Yeah. How about your awards and some of the recognition that you received in a lot of nonprofit organizations?
I have a lot of awards, and I'm extremely grateful to the community. Without the community's support, you cannot raise funds.
That's right.
And all the awards are basically because of the money raised. Most of it was raising substantial money. Shankar's program as a fundraising program for UNICEF. It was very well attended, and the money collected went to immunization program in India. And also I participated as a volunteer for the premiere of the movie Gandhi, which was premiered in Houston. And Sir Ben Kingsley I attended, and also actor Danny Kaye.
Yeah.
They were both here in Houston. So I had the opportunity to meet and socialize and have dinner with them, which I'm very, feel very privileged to have done that. Also, we did Ravi Shankar program again for the Sri Meenakshi Temple in Houston. That was also well attended. We raised substantial money for the Sri Meenakshi Temple. Another unusual thing which I did was, as a librarian for the city of Bell, I arranged something called Nature Series, where I brought in exotic animals, lion cubs, chimpanzees, orangutan, and a lot of reptiles also. Brought in a lot of children to the library and encouraged them to read. And that's probably why several of my awards are from the city of Bell, where I worked.
Can you please tell us more about your recognitions and awards that you've received from various nonprofit organizations that you have participated, and also the local community organizations where you are heavily involved in fundraising efforts, and also in various other activities in the local Houston community. It'll be great if you could elaborate and detail all those recognitions for our viewers.
Namaste to you. I'm deeply humbled that I have to talk about, it's not easy to brag about all the awards, but I'll just go through and highlight some of the major awards. A lot of my awards are from the city of Bell, where I worked as a librarian. I got a recognition and a big proclamation from the Los Angeles Board of Supervisors, which is, quite something in the sense that it's not from a regular Indian organization. And also because of my work at the library to encourage students to use the library, I got an award from the Los Angeles Unified School District. And the award was presented by the superintendent of the Los Angeles School District. He came to the library and made a presentation. Also, I received a lot of awards from the city, the mayor and the city council, city of Bell. They gave me so many awards that finally they decided to give me the key to the city of Bell. Also, I got this is now moving on to New Orleans. I got a commendation from the governor of Louisiana, the Governor Mike Foster, who gave me a commendation. Also, I did a lot of work for the House of Ruth for the Homeless, and they presented me with that award. And now going into Houston, as a past president of Indo-American Charity Foundation, I was given an award. Also, the India Cultural Association, for which I was a treasurer, I received an award. And this award was very meaningful because it was given to me by the astronaut, Sunita Williams. So I was very, very happy about that and very excited. And recently, Bharati Kalemandram gave me an award for International Women's Day. It was a very beautiful plaque and presented by the mayor of the city of Pearland, Mr. Cole, Mayor Cole. Then also received an award from the Telugu Association of Houston, a beautiful plaque, very, very ornate, which I cherish. And it was given to me at the, I think the award presentation was at the Ashtalakshmi temple. It's very, very meaningful. Then I received an award from the Tamil Nadu Foundation. And moving on to some of the mainstream, my first mainstream award was from Easter Seals, which is an international organization fighting birth defects. And they gave me an award which is called Hats Off to Mothers. And the significance is that I'm the first Indian to receive that award from that organization. That was significant there. Then I also received an award, it's called Women of Substance. And this was given to me by an organization called Mission of Yahweh, which is an organization for homeless families, which supports homeless families. And that is of significance, Women of Substance, and then more recently, I received on October 19th, I received an award. It's called the Carl Umland Award, given to me by the Houston Habitat for Humanity. And it was presented at a luncheon attended by 400 people. And the presentation was made by the mayor of Houston, Mayor Sylvester Turner. And he made the proclamation, and he also declared that day as Leela Krishna Murthy Day. and the same thing, I received a proclamation from our Congresswoman, Sheila Jackson Lee. She also gave a proclamation and declared it as my day. And that was a very significant award. And my award, first of all, I'm the first Indian to be on the board of Habitat for Humanity, and first one to receive this award also. But it was a lot of work which went into it, because I had to actually go and visit the families in their apartment to find out whether they qualify for the Habitat home, and then work with them. And finally, they have to participate in building the home. And finally, they get to move from the apartment to their own home, which is huge for that family. It makes a tremendous difference to the family, because they now own their own home with a yard, and the children have their own rooms instead of being crushed up in a little apartment. So to be a little part of that, it's gratifying to be a small part of this. And the happiness comes and the gratitude comes when the children know that you're part of this move, that they're moving from the apartment to the house, and they come around and hug you, with, appreciation. And that's worth all the effort that goes into being part of this habitat. I also got an opportunity to meet. They invited me to what's called the Jimmy Carter Weekend, which is in Plains, Georgia. And I got an opportunity to meet President Carter and Rosalind Carter for the weekend. It was, I've always looked up to President Carter for all the work that he's doing to make affordable housing for low-income families. And I was very grateful that I had the opportunity to participate. I want to add a little thing about, I've been involved in music, a lot in music, and I wanted to just add that I was part of this. So I started the South India Cultural Association in Los Angeles. And this was mainly because I was influenced by my mother-in-law, who composed more than 2,000 songs, Indira Notation. And because of her, I got very involved in music. And I wanted to just say a few words about that.
Excellent. Thank you, Amma. Thank you for sharing all of your experiences to our viewers of TVAsia. It was great speaking with you. Anything you would like to add about Sankara Nethralaya, or anything specific that you want to call out for TVAsia viewers to know about how we are helping and how we are doing in India?
First of all, I want to give a lot of credit and acknowledge our current president now, Dr. Girish Shivarao, who is our current president. He has worked so diligently and with so much of dedication that we have been, along with the work which was done by Dr. S.S. Badrinath, we have received the recognition as being the best ophthalmology hospital in the world by Newsweek. 3 years in a row. This is a great recognition, and I want to acknowledge all the work which has been done by Dr. S.S. Badrinath and, by the way, Padma Bhushan, Dr. S.S. Badrinath and Dr. Girish Shivarao. Both of them are responsible for this great worldwide recognition. I want to also bring attention to S.V. Acharya. Acharya ji was the one who set up Sankara Nethralaya USA in 1988. It has been extremely successful, and he's been able to get the trustees motivated to raise funds, and we've been able to send over $1 million now for 3 years in a row, which goes directly to Chennai to perform all those free surgeries. And now, not to forget, our current Sankara Nethralaya president, Mr. Bala Indur. What can I say about his boundless energy, his enthusiasm, his dedication, his networking abilities? He has raised funds beyond anybody's imagination. We are very proud to have him as our current president. And we have another trustee, Mr. Saumi Narayanan, who has done incredible work in raising funds. Sankara Nethralaya is very, very dear to me because I have a brother who is totally blind.
Mm-hmm.
He was living here, but now he's moved to Florida. I have seen him struggle. And that is the reason why I'm in Sankara Nethralaya. So please, all of you listening, please donate to Sankara Nethralaya, because without your eyes, you are totally helpless. I've seen it, and it's not at all nice. Please donate generously to Sankara Nethralaya.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అమ్మా. ఇప్పుడు విన్నారు కదండి, లీలాజీ గారు చెప్పినట్టు గత 3 సంవత్సరాలుగా $1 million ఒక సంవత్సరము కాకుండా 3 సంవత్సరాలు ఒక్కొక్క సంవత్సరము $1 million తరపున శంకర నేత్రాలయ USA నుండి ఫండ్స్ రైజ్ చేసి ఇండియాకి పంపడం జరుగుతుంది. వారు అక్కడ విలేజెస్ కి మీసు క్లినిక్ ద్వారా చాలా మంది ప్రజలకు కంటి చూపు అవకాశం లేని సర్జరీకి ఆర్థిక పరిస్థితి తక్కువ ఉండడం వల్ల చాలా మంది ప్రజలకు హెల్ప్ చేస్తున్నారు శంకర నేత్రాలయ USA. అలాగే లీలాజీ గారు చెప్పినట్టు డాక్టర్ గిరీష్ రావు గారు, పద్మభూషణ్ బద్రీనాథ్ గారు ఇండియాలో ఉండి వాళ్ళు నడిపిస్తున్నారు శంకర నేత్రాలయాని. అట్లనే USA లో డాక్టర్ ఆచార్యజీ అండ్ కరెంట్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ డాక్టర్ శ్రీ బాలా ఇందుర్తి గారు గురించి విన్నారు. అట్లనే శ్రీ లీలాజీ గారు బోర్డ్ ఆఫ్ ట్రస్టీగా కూడా ఉన్నారు, అడ్వైజరీగా ఉన్నారు. ఇట్లా అందరూ కలిసి శంకర నేత్రాలయ USA లో ఫండ్స్ రైజ్ చేసి ఇండియాలో ఉన్న బ్లైండ్నెస్ ని పోగొట్టాలని ఎంతో ప్రయత్నిస్తున్నాం. సో మీ వంతు మీరు చేయనంత చేయగలిగినంత సహాయం శంకర నేత్రాలయకి చేసి దగ్గరుండి ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ని ఇంకా సక్సెస్ఫుల్ గా జరిపించవలసిందిగా కోరుతున్నాము. శ్రీ బాలా ఇందుర్తి గారి గురించి ఎంతో బాగా చెప్పారు. తను 24/7 ఈ శంకర నేత్రాలయ USA గురించి ఎలాగ ఫండ్స్ రేస్ చేయాలి, ఏమేమి కార్యక్రమాలు చేయాలి, ఎలా చేయాలి, ఇక్కడ అందరితోటి అన్ని అసోసియేషన్స్ లో పాల్గొని అన్బిలీవబుల్ లాస్ట్ 2 years నుంచి అహర్నిశలా పనిచేస్తున్నారు. ఈ అన్ని ఫండ్స్ ఎంత రైజ్ చేసినా అన్ని ఇండియాకి పంపించి గిరీష్ రావు గారు, డాక్టర్ పద్మభూషణ్ బద్రీనాథ్ గారు అక్కడ సేవలు అందిస్తున్నారు. అడాప్ట్ విలేజ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ద్వారా, మీసు ద్వారా. సో ఈ కార్యక్రమం ద్వారా TVAsia వ్యూవర్స్ అందరికీ దయచేసి మీ వంతు సాయం చేయవలసిందిగా కోరుతున్నాము. థ్యాంక్ యూ అమ్మా. నన్రి, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ యువర్ టైమ్. We appreciate a lot all of your insights into the non-profit organizations and your motivation and your inspiration. Thank you for sharing all of your experiences, Amma. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaskar. I want to now thank my family, my husband, Nat Krishna Murthy, and our president, Bala Indurti, and to you, Ramesh Chaparala, and Sankara Nethralaya for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this esteemed organization. I'm so grateful and so humbled.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
I also want to thank my children. My daughter Sujata Murthy, she calls herself, she shortened her name because she's with the media. She's a senior VP at Universal Music Group. My other second daughter Geeta, she works for the Los Angeles County in the mental health department, and she works with a lot of different foundations, the Pritzker, the Hilton, and other foundations. My son Sanjay, who's an attorney at Banner and Whitcock. Without the support of my family, my entire family, it would not have been possible for me to devote my time, and also their financial support, which helped me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Every year, thousands of patients are suffering from vision-related issues in India. Poverty, lack of good eye care facilities in rural areas, and also lack of timely medical help are the main causes of many poor people to lose their eyesight permanently. Year after year, Sankara Nethralaya is standing by those patients and helping them by providing free eye clinics, surgeries, and accommodations during the surgery. Founder of Sankara Nethralaya, Padma Bhushan, Dr. S.S. Badrinath, recently received the prestigious NDTV Global Legend Award from the President of India. Sankara Nethralaya Om Trust, a charity organization you can trust. Every year, Sankara Nethralaya USA has been receiving the highest rank 4-star from Charity Navigator for their outstanding community service. We welcome you all to take part in our charity events and contribute towards the noble cause. Many compassionate and kind individuals contribute their time, effort, and wealth towards Sankara Nethralaya's charitable events. Few prominent brand ambassadors include former President Bharata Ratna Dr. Abdul Kalam.
His Excellency to present it to Dr. Badrinath.
So my greetings to Sankara Nethralaya for the excellent service what you are doing. So for the contribution for you, the God will help you. That is Vanamum Vayagamum Validrandividam.
Carnatic music singer Bharata Ratna M.S. Subbulakshmi greatly admired Sankara Nethralaya for its indigent eye care initiatives. She gave melody a divine and service interpretation, a voice for vision. She has raised huge funds through her concerts in India and also abroad. Dr. Badrinath instituted M.S. Subbulakshmi Award in honor of this legend and presented it to individuals who exhibited an undying spirit in serving the institution. Padma Vibhushan Sri Nani Falkewala has donated most of his wealth to this wonderful organization, commending their exemplary service. Industrialist, philanthropist Padma Vibhushan Ratan Tata made significant contributions towards these programs. India's pride, Padma Vibhushan Sri Amitabh Bachchan's passionate appeal on behalf of Sankara Nethralaya.
Sankara Nethralaya is the best managed charitable hospital in India. In the 1990s, Palkiwala gave away a very large portion of his personal wealth to Sankara Nethralaya to buttress the good work that the institution was doing, built on the pioneering vision for providing quality medical services at very affordable costs to all. Let us bring light into the life of our less privileged citizens.
Indian film industry celebrity Padma Vibhushan Sri Rajinikanth explains the importance of Netradanam.
இந்த அழகான குழந்தையோட பரிதாபமான வேண்டுகோளை நிறைவேற்றுறது நம்ம கடமை இல்லையா? கண்தானம் செய்யுங்க. தானத்திலேயே சிறந்தது கண்தானம். கண்தானம் குறித்து தொடர்பு கொள்ள வேண்டிய தொலைபேசி எண்கள் சென்னையில் சங்கர நேத்ராலயா கண் மருத்துவமனை.
President of BCCI Padma Sri Saura Ganguly talks about making a life by what we give.
Ladies and gentlemen, who I am privileged to be addressing now, to you I say and humbly, the task ahead for Sankara Nethralaya in Rajarhat, Kolkata is truly monumental. Yet another Nethralaya Center of Excellence, dedicated ultimately, as always, to the underprivileged. The moment for you is now to reach out, to share, to give, so that somewhere on some fallen eye, you may hope that a tear well, not a tear of despair, but that of relief and joy. Do remember, we make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give.
DRDO R&D Chairman Dr. G. Satish Reddy on technological advancements with Sankara Nethralaya.
కలాం గారు ముఖ్యంగా శంకర నేత్రాలయ వారితో అప్పటికే ఆయన ఉన్నప్పుడు వారి సంబంధాలు కలవటం మాట్లాడటం అన్ని కూడా చేయలేదు. శంకర నేత్రాలయతో డిఆర్డిఓ మేము కలిసి ఏ రకమైనటువంటి కొత్త కొత్త పరికరాలు సామాన్య మానవుడికి అతి తక్కువ ధరలో అందేందుకోసం ఏమి చేద్దాం, ఈ ఏ ప్రణాళికలు మొదలు తీసుకునండి. నేను ముఖ్యంగా ఒక సైంటిఫిక్ టీమ్ ఏర్పాటు చేసి మీతో కలిసి పనిచేసి అవి త్వరగా మనం బయటకు తీసుకుని వచ్చేందుకు ఏ రకంగా మనం చాలా త్వరగా చాలా ఫాస్ట్ గా బయటకు తీసుకుని వద్దాం, ఈ విషయం గురించి మాత్రమే ఎవరు మాట్లాడుంటారు. ఖచ్చితంగా చెప్పరు.
Indian film industry celebrity actor Madhavan underlines the difference between perception and reality.
This is a sari.
Okay, but what color is it?
Color? Color? Perception is far from reality. Give them vision. Contribute generously. Sankara Nethralaya. Make this fundraiser by Sankara Nethralaya a grand success.
Mobile Eye Surgical Unit, MESU, the hospital on wheels, is going to remote villages of rural India and performing thousands of eye surgeries to save eyesight of thousands of poor patients. This effective program is becoming very popular. For $12,500 of donation, you can request a meso to be sent to a village of your choice and save eyesight of many patients in and around that village. This year, many donors have pledged to take part in this project. Life is difficult without vision. Let us all help our fellow human beings who are in need. It is a humongous task that Sankara Nethralaya has taken. Let us be part of this great effort by donating generously. Sarvendriyanam nayanam pradhanam. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu.